What's good, y'all? So I just told you guys in the last video that I was gonna do a review with my son on back to school fragrances, classroom friendly fragrances. And like I said, he's already going back to Savannah with his mom to try to go ahead and get himself prepared for the upcoming school year. This will be his first year in high school, so, and my last year for my daughter. So congratulations to my daughter. I tried to give you guys at short notice the most honest and realistic fragrance list I could give you. Most people would jump in and they would throw stuff in there like Club de Nuit Intense Man or Ventana or Dior Sauvage and stuff like that. But we're talking about high school kids. And not a lot of high school kids are going to have those high-end fragrances unless they go and, you know, borrow some from their dad or whoever they live with. So a lot of these fragrances, some of the list is going to be what if I was going to buy my son some cologne, would have probably bought him just to wear to school. Because, you know, most boys don't really care about cologne and stuff when they're in school. Because I didn't care too much for it when I was in school. All I wanted to do was shoot ball and eat lunch all day. So I tried to be as honest about this as possible, thinking that if he was still living with me and he wanted to say, hey, daddy, I need some cologne to go to wear to school, what can I wear? What I would have picked out for him, or what I would have went to the store across the street, TJ Maxx and Bells, and I would have bought for him something inexpensive. So this is what I picked out. So I'm gonna do one, what I would have chose for him out of my collection, and if I would have went to the store and bought him something, I'll do one of mine, one of what I would have bought for him. So first up is what I would have bought for him. But I was going to do honorable mention, but I think I'm just going to mix it up a little bit. This was going to be a top 10 list, but I had so many, and this isn't even all of them that I would have picked out. I have a bunch more, but this is what I just went for right now. So this is well over 10 fragrances. So let's just get started. So first up, I think would be classroom friendly is Club de Nuit Man. Very inoffensive fragrance. I like it. It's not peppery. It's just semi-sweet. And not that loud. So Armand Club de Nuit Man. Not Intense Man, but Club de Nuit Man. Now, personally speaking, I don't like this one. This was in a trade with somebody else. And it's supposed to smell similar to, I guess, 1 Million. But I don't know. I don't think I have smelled 1 Million. It's somewhat similar to 1 Million, but the performance on this one is not that great. I think I might have got like maybe hour and a half, 2 hours of projection with about three and a half, maybe 4 hours of longevity. In the heat, it didn't perform too well because it gets super hot here, but it's okay. So this is one I definitely would have picked up for him. Maybe let him spray about 2 sprays of this, and he should be good to go. Next up, if I was going to go choose one from a store for him, I would choose this one because it is somewhat Blue Day Chanel-ish. This is Cuban Shadow, and it's inexpensive also. This is $6.99 from Ross. You can also find these at your local City Trend. This bottle is enough to last him probably 4 years of high school. That's if he wore it every day. This will get him probably through about 4 years. So this for everyday fragrance for him would be perfect. It's not offensive. It's not loud. It won't choke you out if you spray too much. That's my issue I had with it when I bought it, is that it didn't project, or it didn't last long on me. It probably lasted on me about 5 or 10 minutes and it was gone. I mean, it was a skin scent, but that's not enough performance for me, not a grown-ass man. So, Cuban Shadow by Cuba. Next up, me. I probably would recommend L'Homme Ideal Cologne, but I think I would change my mind on this one and take this one off the list as far as for high school, because you don't want something that's going to be... The performance on this is not great, but the citrus smell in this is what would probably be distracting for a classroom. If you spray one too many sprays of this, it's probably going to linger in the air. Probably best to spray this on before you get to school. Give it time to kind of dry down some. But I think this would probably work for a mature high schooler. My son is kind of immature when it comes to maturity. So this would probably I can't even say it. Probably work for a mature high schooler, but not for an immature, because they would probably spray one too many sprays and it would probably be distracting in a classroom. So, but this is one I would choose if I was in school and I knew something about this back in the day. This is very fresh, very refreshing, citrusy, has that almond note in it. It's pretty good. I like it. Next up is another Cuba fragrance. Subscribed to me by, or recommended to me by, some subscribers on my channel. I don't like the performance on this either. And this is Cuba Royal. Smells great. Has that same 1 million type vibe. These would be great because you can take it with you. Although I wouldn't recommend my son taking it with him, but it comes with a big one and a little one. So the little one would probably be perfect for him to, you know, take to school. And if he was mature about it, like around lunchtime or gym class afterwards, you could spray that on to refresh yourself and be good the rest of the day. But this is one I would probably recommend to him, is Cuba Royal, and it was $8.99 for this one. Next up, me. Honestly speaking, Skulls and Roses by Ed Hardy is very inoffensive. Reminds me of, I said it before, Abercrombie and Fitch, or Finch. What was it, First Instinct, or the other one? I can't remember which one it was. Very inoffensive. I don't think you can overspray this one and offend anybody, but I found this one for a cheap price, $9.99. That's what it was. So, Skulls and Roses by Ed Hardy. Fragrances that I would choose for him if I was to go buy some for him, I would probably go with, by Karen Lowe. These were $12.99. And I almost bought one yesterday, but I couldn't remember which one I had in the black bottle. And I don't think it was this one. It was another one. But this is Pure Blanc. This is very inoffensive. I like this one. I have a friend of mine that likes this also. I have worn this before. No compliments. Didn't bother anybody when I wore this, and I sprayed my heart out throughout the day. Smells very good. I like this. So for $12.99, this is classroom friendly also. Maybe 2 or 3 sprays, maybe 4 at the max for a school kid, and that's enough. And then you can reapply around gym class time, after gym class, I mean. So that's Karen Lowe Pure Blanc. Next up, for me, if I was to give him one out of my collection, I would probably pick Chrome United. Very inoffensive fragrance. 3, maybe 4 sprays of this, and you good to go. It's not loud at all. Very nice. I think he could get away with something like this, as long as he sprayed it on before he got to school. This is very nice. Won't distract the classroom. People probably would notice him because it is very, very fresh and clean. Far from Chrome, the original Chrome. That one is kind of a metallic type smell, very loud and obnoxious and like screams for attention. I like it, but it's just too much for a regular high school kid. So Chrome United. Next up, I would probably go with Pure Red by Karen Lowe, another $12.99 fragrance. Reminds me of Polo. Kind of reminds me of Polo Red or Polo Red Extreme a little. I don't think this is offensive. I think this will work also. Spray this on before you get to the schoolhouse. Like when you're on your trip to the school. Like even if you're getting dressed for school, just go ahead and spray it on while you're getting dressed to let it settle down. And it will work perfect. I like this one. Another one from the house of Azzaro, if I was pulling one from my collection, would be Azzaro Chrome Legend. Legend is also another one of those inoffensive fragrances that you would probably have to spray on before you got to the schoolhouse. This little bottle would be great for a high school kid. It's small enough. I think this is like 40 ml. Yeah, it's 40 ml. So this is inoffensive also. But you would have to spray this on before you got to school. But it's pocket size. You can stick it in your pocket. But I wouldn't recommend it because not to my son. And I'm not trying to put my son down. You guys don't know my son. Simple things like taking something like this to school can be a big distraction for him because he would be trying to show it off to people and probably get it taken instead of just leaving it in his pocket or leaving it in his book bag, and you know what I'm saying, let it do what it do. He wants to show off. So, and I mean, I understand because I was a kid once too and I did stupid stuff. So that's why I don't really fuss and, you know, argue with him when he do retarded stuff, because some of the shit he does, I did when I was his age. So I understand. But this is another one I would recommend for a high schooler. And this one is another one from Karen Lowe, another $12.99, and it's Pure Vibe for men. I would also recommend this one. Another one you would probably have to spray on before you get to school, because the sweetness in this one is kind of sharp in the opening, but once it settles down, it's very nice. These are all 3 clone fragrances also. If you don't know much about Karen Lowe, these are all clones of popular fragrances. I'm sorry, I don't know all of them what they are, but if you smell them, you would probably understand. Next up, if you want to go inoffensive, if you can find one of these in a gift set or a single box for cheap enough, I would go with Versace Man Eau Fresh. Very inoffensive, fresh, clean, He will get noticed. And I say he, referring to my son and you guys, if you have kids in high school. This would work perfect also. You can't do too much with this one. Very light. I don't mean light as in you can't smell it, but I mean light as in, you know, you have a heavy fragrance like Bentley for Men Intense, and then you have something that's way less offensive like this. This will work perfect. So Versace Man Eau Fresh. Something that I would pick up for my son in a heartbeat for him to wear, and very inexpensive and inoffensive. Excuse me. Is Nautica Voyage. Nautica Voyage could be easily worn to high school. I wouldn't recommend carrying this big bottle around. I would probably give him like a decant of it or something, but it's been reformulated. I know this, guys. It doesn't matter. They're high school kids. They don't need something that's going to project all freaking day because, as you know, some of them are going to take gym class. They're going to sweat it off anyway. So, and take showers. Most of them take showers at school anyway. So, a small decant of this is perfect for school. I love it. It's fresh, fruity. He will probably get noticed. When I wore this, I got noticed. Very fresh, fruity, like I said before. Very inoffensive. That's Nautica Voyage. Another one that could be worn to school, which would probably get noticed, and we don't want distractions, but I'm just being honest. This is Montblanc Emblem. Another one that's very inoffensive, that will not cause distractions. People will notice him. 1 or 2 sprays of this in a strategic area on your body and you're good. If you can find this one for what I paid for it or less, it's perfect. I like this fragrance a lot. Another one that's very inoffensive, that's not loud and obnoxious, is Chic for Men. Has that note of watermelon and some other stuff. Sorry, I don't remember everything about all these fragrances, but it's not loud at all. It's not obnoxious. It's not something that's gonna bother somebody while you're sitting next to them and you're taking a test or, you know, reading silently in class or whatever. They're not gonna be like, oh my God, he smells so loud. Like, why does he have that on? This will work. Another one, I probably would not want him to use this out of my collection because I like this a lot, but it's very inoffensive, and I would probably let him wear this to a school dance or something like that, that I know is going to perform, you know, when you slow dancing, in which I don't think kids even slow dance, because our generation don't even slow dance anymore, and that's sad. That's the only reason why I used to go to any high school dances, was to slow dance. But anyway, this is Versace Pour Homme. Very, very, very attractive and inoffensive fragrance. At a school function, a school dance, or something like that, you will get noticed. For class, you could wear this. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 sprays of this, because this could cause problems. You would probably smell so good that people would just be trying to sniff you, and it would cause commotion. So another one that I think would work, not in the classroom, not for a high schooler, unless you was mature enough, and 1 spray of this would probably be more than enough for a high school classroom, but I would probably recommend this one for a school dance or something like that, prom, morp, and all that kind of stuff. Chanel Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme is another one. Very inoffensive, very crowd pleasing. You get a young lady dancing on you and smelling this while y'all slow dancing, it's gonna be trouble, trouble. Another inoffensive fragrance, Bentley Momentum Intense, classroom friendly. Couple of sprays of this and you are good. It is not syrupy sweet, but it does have a sweetness to it. That's why I said one, maybe two sprays of this is more than enough. Anything beyond that, you're gonna start drawing attention to yourself more than what you would like. You probably even have the damn teacher standing next to you, looking over your shoulder, sniffing you. So, damn good fragrance. Another one that's inoffensive, and we're down to the last two. I got one more after this one. One I like a lot, and this one is Mandarina Duck Black. One of my favorites in my collection. Very inexpensive, great smelling. It kind of puts me in the same mind frame as something like this Chanel Allure Homme Eau Extreme, with that sweetness. This will work also in a classroom setting. About 2 sprays is all you need. Maybe one on the chest and one on the back of the neck, and that's it. That's all you need. That's all I would recommend for high school kids anyway. I wouldn't recommend any high school kid to go into a classroom and have on 6 or 7 sprays and go behind each ear, on the back of the neck, on the arms, hit the shirt, all that. Don't do all of that. You need one on the chest, one on the back of the neck, possibly. Bim, you good to go. Last but not least, well, I have one more after this one. I wasn't going to put that one on the list, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. This one is a very nice, gentlemanly scent, which is in the name of it. This is Javon Qi Gentleman Only. Another inoffensive fragrance. This one is kind of pricey. That's why I probably wouldn't recommend him grabbing this off my shelf. I paid a pretty penny for this little ass bottle. I ordered it online, but it's classroom friendly. 2 sprays is probably all you're gonna need. Like I said, on the back of the neck and one on the chest. You're out of there. And last but not least, which was probably one of the first ones I picked up, is from the house of Diesel. This is Diesel Plus Plus Masculine. This is a fragrance that has flown under the radar. Not many people talk about it. I actually have a whole nother unopened box of it that somebody, I guess they either had too many of or didn't like it or whatever the case may be. But now I have 2. And one of them I may give away, not this one, but I may give the unopened one to my stepdad. He may like it. But this is very nice. My friend also likes this. She smelled it and she actually liked it over one of my more popular fragrances. I can't remember which one it was that she chose, that she said was better than, but this is a cheapie. And she picked it over something like the Chanel. She said she liked this better. So this is classroom friendly, creamy, has a freshness to it. I would not go beyond 2 sprays of this one, and also spray on before you get in the classroom. So before you get to school, go ahead and hit yourself, let it settle down, and you're good. So All of these ones I just did, guys, are classroom friendly. I actually was going to throw in Beverly Hills Polo Blaze and Ignite. My son would probably wear Ignite to school. I really do have to call him and let him know when they go to school, if he still has that, don't overspray, because that can cause some problems. You may offend somebody. I was going to throw this one in, Blaze, but when I sprayed it and smelled it, it's a little bit too heavy to be worn in a classroom. Maybe if you pulled off maybe one spray of it, maybe on the chest or maybe on the back of the neck. If you are going to spray it, I recommend not spraying it on your top shirt, but maybe on your undershirt. That may be better, but I don't know if I would do this one. Anyway, that's my list, guys. Not really a list, but you know, I didn't do any particular order or any particular number. I just grabbed some stuff and gave it to you. But that's what I have for you guys. So if you don't like some of the things I put on the list, you think I shouldn't have put something in there, let me know. I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm not one of them guys who's going to take offense easy to a lot of stuff. It takes a lot to push me over the edge. If there's something you would have thrown in there that I have in my collection that you think I should have put, let me know also. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.